Welcome to Internet Anytime number 6.
Yay!
Party in the house.
In the hizzy.
Woo!
Do the kids say that? Do they say the hizzy anymore?
No.
Does anyone say the hizzy?
No one says that anymore.
Did the kids ever say the hizzy?
I don't know.
If you're calling them the kids, you're probably wrong about your slang.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, do you keep up, Jacob, on slang?
Oh, yeah, I mean, don't we all just read Urban Dictionary all the
So-
time?
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
I'm constantly reading Urban Dictionary, not because I want to keep up, it's because I don't understand what people are talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays, people are calling girls petals.
Petals.
Yeah.
Spell that for me.
Petals.
Okay, like a flower
Yeah,
petal.
like I was
Yeah.
thinking too. Like petals or like bike
So
pedals.
you call, if you're talking to a girl, you call her, you say, hey, petal. I don't think it's really a thing yet, but it will be after people listen to this. So you just say, hey, petal.
Well, earlier you mentioned cakes,
Yeah, cakes.
and it took me a moment to figure out that cakes meant booty,
Yes, cakes.
because I thought
are
people
booty.
were talking about baked goods.
Your cakes need to rise.
Yeah.
No, it's not about baked goods, but I have some baked goods. My delicious cakes.
Nothing but the best for you.
So how was your guys' weekend so far, or week?
It was good. My
How-
weekend was really good.
How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
Oh, there you go. Thanksgiving passed.
Oh, it was good. It was small, as everyone should have been.
Yes. Mine was 6 people.
Wow, that's risque.
Is it risque?
No, I was
Wasn't
just being sarcastic.
What was the state guideline? It said something, or what are we on right now? Like not supposed to be more than 10, or they said 15 outside. I'm not exactly sure, but there was some
Something like
I
that.
don't know.
rule they made.
Well, right now, you're not supposed to be indoors with anyone that is not within your household.
Yeah, we're on a shutdown. LA County and San Joaquin County or Valley are both on a shutdown.
Okay. Wow.
Lockdown. Lockdown? It's lockdown, right? Yeah, whatever.
Stay-at-home order.
There you go.
Gotcha. I can't keep track. My life isn't changing too much. When I was down in Orange County, I went down to Orange County for Thanksgiving, and we had our small family Thanksgiving, but then we met up with some people outside, like on the beach at a fire pit. It wasn't a big group. It got there was like 6 of us maybe, but then a couple people came a little later, and one of the people had a tank top on that said, "I've had hangovers worse than COVID."
Oh, God.
I don't know your life, ma'am. It must be real rough.
I was definitely thinking, like, what does that entail? Like, how bad does your hangover have to be that you have to get on a respirator?
No, but
And you
was it,
lose your sense of taste
You
and
know,
smell.
some people.
but that was her point, right? Was that COVID isn't a big deal? It's just like a hangover.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if it was like a hangover, hangovers are bad. I would not want a hangover. If
Yeah.
there's a way to prevent this hangover, I'd try to do it.
I've always wanted to try those B vitamins, those IVs that people with money get.
Okay, so the people we were with, the part of the group that had this tank top on, one of the guys, he was an EMT, and his girlfriend was telling us that when she's hungover, he just hooks her up to like an IV or whatever. And I was so jealous.
She's got the connect.
Right?
I
She
need
got
to
the
make
hook up.
friends with an E EMT.
Yes, that's what was my thing exactly. Or maybe, I mean, can you just like get one of those machines? Because just sticking a needle in your vein isn't.
It's a banana bag, so they give you the banana bag that has like all the vitamins in it. But yeah, you gotta find your vein. I don't think I'm skilled enough to find my own veins.
I could find my vein.
Could you poke yourself with this
I don't know.
needle?
I think if I had to, but I don't know.
This is strictly voluntary, so
I know. Well,
how bad is your hangover? That's the question. And if you're hungover, are you gonna do a good job of finding your veins and sticking this thing in your needle? All while you
Point,
have a
good
bad
point.
hangover and you're trying not to throw up, you're just like, oh.
Very good point. Yeah.
I don't think this should be given to the public.
It is for the public though. Like they have, if you go to like Vegas, they have like their what do they call the front people?
Concierge.
Concierge service, where they have people show up to your room, certified license with all the equipment, and they just, set you up, get you going, and then you're ready to party the next day. Yeah.
Really?
Have you ever
Yes.
done it?
No, I haven't done it. I don't have money for that.
Well,
I've never got to use concierge service. They don't have concierge at Motel 6s.
oh, Michael. But it's okay. You know, now Vegas is probably cheaper now. They're just trying to fill up rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably get some discount hangover service. That sounds great. Let's go to Vegas, you guys. Super responsible during COVID times, right?
Oh, yeah. It's the perfect time for day parties.
I mean, if you're going to gamble, right? Gamble with your life. Just might as well gamble in Vegas.
There you go. These are already risk-taking people. They're just taking the ultimate risk now.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Don't do it, people. Don't do it.
Well, is Vegas open, I wonder, right now?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I know someone that's going to Vegas in a couple weeks, and it's just like, why? I don't want to be in. Okay, they don't have windows that open, so there's no like outdoor air circulation, and you're just in this open space, people smoking.
Right.
Okay, if you're smoking indoors, you can't wear a mask. Like,
Yeah.
super risky.
Oh, I
And if
wonder
you're
how that's-
drinking, you're sitting at the machines drinking. They aren't spacing out these machines. That's going to cut into their profits.
I wonder how it all works. I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to go just to see how they have everything set
think-
up.
Oh, that's why you want to go.
I wouldn't go. But if I am curious is all.
I saw pictures from when Vegas first opened back up, and it was mayhem.
Really?
Like 1 in 20 people were wearing a mask. But it was like huge crowds walking through the casino floors, and they had people on the floors that were trying to enforce like COVID 6 feet apart. But it's like one lady in a sea of people, like, excuse me, social distance, and everyone's just like, the slot machines. I'm going to the buffet. You know, is it worth it?
The buffet's still open?
I hope not.
Oh man.
Maybe they're just like you walk up to the window and they give you your lobster, as opposed to you like picking through them.
Yeah, I saw a buffet at a restaurant in Orange County, and there was a woman standing there, and I think you like pointed to what you wanted in the buffet.
Okay,
and then
so there
she
is a
served
server, like a
it.
cafeteria.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's what buffet should have been like before, because kids just going into the fruit salad with their dirty, unwashed hands, that was
Yeah.
never a good idea.
Well, I was gonna say, when was the last time you guys have been to Hometown Buffet?
I've never even heard of that, but that's probably something like Old Country Buffet is what we had in the Midwest,
Yeah, we had Old Country home.
or still exists.
I went with for a family reunion. We went, but I did not eat because I don't.
Yeah.
Like I said, the kids in the hands, and they're like
'Cause-
picking over the food, and no one's watching, and it's adult people
Yeah.
that don't wash their hands.
That's Hometown Buffet. It's it's not a great place to eat. It's not doesn't feel sanitary.
Well, now you can just dive right in. You got the cafeteria lady serving you the food.
So, wait, what? So no, you can't dive in. You have to like, dive in through them.
Well, still, you can get as much food as you like, but
More.
someone else is getting
More.
the food.
Don't be
Yeah,
stingy.
Exactly. Give me
But
more.
what we had in the Midwest that's totally good, and I found they have it here, is Golden Corral.
We had a Golden Corral where I grew up. It was a local joint. It was a favorite of people. It's not there anymore. Now it's like an Asian buffet place.
Oh. But Golden Corral used to be so good because they'd have Tuesday would be steak day. Everybody getting the steaks, and bring your plastic baggies, take a couple to go.
Back to the Vegas thing. I mean, I think that they are able to spread people out by, they're closing down some of the machines so people can't sit next to each other. I mean, that'd be one way. You said that they're not doing that, but
They might be.
probably
I don't know.
are.
I haven't been, so I don't know. They might be doing
that
that.
seems like they'd be doing that and some glass, between players. I'm sure the tables aren't allowed to sit capacity or whatever.
And hopefully they're like coming behind the people and like wiping down the machine. So it's not just like everyone's just touching the levers.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're taking some measures. I know in Detroit the casinos are only allowed to operate at 30%.
Uh-huh.
So it's less people that can come in there at one time. So it's not everyone and every machine all at once.
We got casinos here too, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't been to one of those in a very long time. I don't know what they're doing. I imagine they're opening up too, like any other business.
I've seen advertisements for them.
I see the lights all big and shiny when I drive by, going down to the OC or whatever, because that's where you see them, right? Like in Commerce.
Yeah.
There's one in Torrance, and I went there to shoot something, and it was the main part of the casino was open, but it was real sad looking. A lot of like grandmothers in there, like, come on.
All the casinos in
let
LA,
it ride.
pretty sad. You know.
Yeah.
Only one I've been in, and again, it was for a shoot. We did a commercial for Morongo and went to Morongo. And the commercial was directed by Brandon Walsh from Beverly Hills 90210.
Really?
What?
So random.
That's what he's doing nowadays?
Yeah,
Well, he's still working.
He
Good
has a
for him.
production company, I guess. Or he's one of the owners of it. But he's like super into it. He was like really into directing. But they were like very adamant about having your tattoos covered up. And I did do my makeup for my tattoos. But they, for like the first half of the day, if you had that makeup on, they were just like, we're not using you. Go over there. So I was like slaying by the pool in like an amazing cot. It was a beautiful day. And I fell asleep for like 4, maybe 6 hours.
Wow.
Just by the pool. And then they're like, all right, lunchtime. I'm like, okay, cool. Actually, no, there wasn't lunch. Lunch was after. And then, so then there was like some break for a second. And then they were like, all right, we're going to use everybody get into the lazy river. They gave us all rafts.
What? This is amazing.
It was the best. And so then we did that for like 3.5 hours while the main characters of the commercial just like had to go down this water slide over and over again with Brandon Walsh like in their face, getting them super pumped up for this shot. Every time we walk by, it's like da-da-da-da-da, just the theme song in my head. Yeah, totally. And then I like was pretty out of it, and they had nice towels that they were letting us use. So at the end of the day, I was like, I'm so poor, I'm gonna steal this towel. And I was like on the steps of the casino somewhere, and I was rolling up the towel, shoving it in my bag, and there was like ankles all around me. And all of a sudden, I look up, and it's like the 80s and PAs are the people's whose ankles I'm all around, like they happen to be standing on the stairs right there.
Watching you try to steal the towel.
Totally. Oh man, it was so embarrassing. I shoved it in my bag anyway. And then they were like, all right, the lunch is just the casino buffet.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So actually, I was being an idiot, and I was on a celery juice fast. Really sad. Yeah.
Cut your fast for that day.
I couldn't because I was like way in. I was like 9 days in or whatever. And I'm pretty sure the reason I got that role is because I wasn't fat for that week because I had to send in a photo like the night before. I'm like, I got this. So I was skinny because I hadn't eaten in like 10 days. But everybody told me that was the best on-set meal that they've ever had. So I missed that.
Oh. They probably had like crab legs and steak.
They had everything. I walked through it.
That's a buffet, so you get to go back.
Yeah.
You know what? You did the advertisement, but you're giving us an advertisement for this casino
Yeah,
right
I
now.
kind of want to go.
I kind of want to go too. I don't want to gamble, but I want to lay in the lazy river and go to the buffet.
I did
Chill
not
by
know
the
that
pool.
Morongo had a lazy river.
I
Yeah.
didn't either.
Yeah, they have this like big long slide, and it goes around in this big oval. It's kind of a penis shape, really.
Well, what other shapes are there, right?
Yeah, I
Circles
guess everything kind of
and
looks like a
squares.
dick.
Aw, you guys. But that sounds really nice. Pre-COVID, I missed out on casino living.
That was one of the best days on set I had, actually, because in the end, I mean, we were there for probably 8 hours, but we got paid pretty well. It was a few $100, and I feel like they paid us weirdly, like immediately, or didn't take taxes out. So it was all really cool, especially like with Brandon Walsh being there. That was.
Wait, isn't Brandon Walsh and Brenda Walsh like those characters? Aren't they from Minnesota? They were,
Yeah.
right? And they
Oh,
moved
really?
to Beverly Hills? Yeah.
Oh, that's why you relate to him so much. He's a fellow Minnesotian.
Well, so I moved
No.
from LA to Minnesota the same year they moved from Minnesota to LA.
Really?
So I turned on, I was like, what's this show about? It's like a 3rd grader or a 4th grader. And I was like, whoa, that's so weird.
Living your life.
Like, yeah, except that they were like super rich and we weren't. So I couldn't really relate. Plus, I was like, this is shady because these Minnesota people, there's no way they're rich enough to go to the school in Beverly Hills. Like, there's just Minnesota money. It's not the same.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
When
yeah.
we were up in Minnesota, I saw some of those houses.
They're worth so less.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, for what you get for like $2 million or $3 million there, is a lot more than what you get there. Your microphone's sounding great.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You have anything could be more centered on you, but it's good. Not closer if it was like more in the middle, but I don't want it to be in your face too much. Yeah, no,
Okay.
something good too.
Okay.
Yeah, our new audio setup, you guys.
Ow.
I'm thrilled.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Better
Can you
than
hear me
before.
now?
Nice.
Can
yeah.
you hear me? Oh, no. How does that song go?
I do not know.
How
the
you
song.
like me now? Don't worry about it.
I
It's
think
fine.
you're thinking of "Tell Me All Your Thoughts on God."
I like how you guys make up songs and then it's just like, oh no, this is a real song.
It's
and
a
it's
real
like,
song.
really? I've
Oh.
never heard this
So,
before.
on my way home, so yesterday I went to my parents' place just for the day to put up Christmas lights.
Aw.
Because I went during Thanksgiving, I didn't get a chance to because I had to come back to LA for work for testing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went back, and on my way home, no joke, I went on like my Spotify and listened to all the different remixes of Old Town Road.
Oh yeah.
So did you hear Soul Town Road?
I heard Soul Town. I was gonna bring that up. There's a BTS version.
There is. There's Soul Town Road
Who's
by
singing that?
RM.
Who's singing that? Is it RM? Okay.
RM from BTS, and they actually performed it at the Grammys last year.
Did
well, I
they?
guess earlier this year.
All right.
Wasn't there some controversy about another rapper who maybe was on the exact same remix as the BTS dudes, or on a separate one, and he kind of referred to BTS in this underhanded way, like, you know, they had me on the track and like these other dudes or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about Jason Derulo. So recently, BTS just did a remix for, what was it? Savage Love. They did a remix for Savage Love with Josh and Jason Derulo. First off, Jason Derulo stole Josh's beat. And then they came up with an agreement like, okay, we'll give you credit on the song. But first, Jason Derulo just stole this beat that had gone viral. And he made his song to it. And then they did a remix with BTS to the song, and it went #1 because
course.
anything BTS does
Uh-huh.
is going to do well in charts. We support BTS fully.
Army.
Army, yes, all day. But Jason Derulo, when he was thanking people for the song, he was like, "Oh yeah, thanks to all my fans, and yeah, thanks to Josh and those there's a Korean group on the song."
Yeah.
Like he couldn't even like remember the name of BTS, but it's like
He
BTS.
knows.
And on the remix, he had like a small part. Most of the song was BTS, and like he's like, "Oh yeah, thank you guys," and it's like no, and they were even doing their own verses, but he's like, "Oh yeah, you know those Korean guys." It's like no, we listened to the song for them.
Jason Derulo is the one that fell down the stairs, right?
Yes, wasn't that the Met Gala?
I think so. That's all that matters. Have you seen that
Yeah.
photo? Great photo.
Huh.
He's like completely upside down.
Yeah, he's like falling, and then there's a guy that's trying to catch him,
Uh-huh.
but clearly it doesn't work. And it's so great because the person in like the foreground of the picture is just like posing. They're like, and you just see him behind them, just like, yeah, forget him. Like that's just if you're going to make a song with other artists, just be respectful of them, even if they're not people that you typically follow. There's someone that you have collaborated with.
Right, they're on the track with you. It doesn't really make sense.
Yes, and they helped you to make a #1 single.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're actually like 10 times more popular than he is.
Oh yeah, like when they were talking about it on the radio, they're like, it's his first time having a #1 song since his first single, which was like 12 years ago.
I really don't know what he sounds. I mean, I think I know what he sounds like now because I looked it up kind of recently, but I'd only known his name because his name sticks out. Derulo is, you remember that, but I couldn't tell you what his hit was or whatever.
I'd heard some of his stuff before, and I've liked some of his other songs, but none of them were really big. And you know that it was BTS that did it because right before BTS had the #1 single, and now that they just released another album, they have a #1 album and a #1 single. And it's been 12 years.
And
for
they
him.
were snubbed at the Grammys again.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought Jason
Well-
Derulo was a like white folk musician in the stem of like Ed Sheeran. That's like what I always imagined, but like a funky Ed Sheeran or something.
Yeah, because his music is good, but it's not like,
Ed
oh, I
Sheeran
need
with
to.
bass.
Maybe, yeah.
It doesn't make you, his music doesn't make you want to Google him and like, oh my gosh, I need to go to his concert. It's like, oh, it's okay.
The only thing I know about him, again, the falling off the stairs, and that he was, I think he was like dating that girl from, she was on the X Factor.
I think he dated like Jordan Sparks.
That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, it's like, okay.
Mm.
But I feel like that was kind of like for publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of taking heat from BTS fans.
Oh.
And just to clarify to you guys, well, I mean, we already talked about it a little bit, but I haven't read past the first 5 comments, so I don't know much. I'm not very informed. One of my friends sent me a screenshot of one comment that was pretty harsh. It was like, "These 2 guys are racist. She's cool." It's like literally what it said. I can't remember.
Me and you, according to them. By the way, for folks who don't know, we did a reaction video to BTS's
Life Goes On.
Life Goes On, and it got a decent amount of views because the BTS army came out in full force, and they were not happy with me and Jacob.
No.
And they said that comment exactly. I don't know word for word, but it was something like, "Those 2 guys are racist and ignorant, but you're cool."
The thing is, you can't really make disparaging remarks or homophobic or any kind of gay remarks about BTS. That's not okay, especially since they come from a culture where it's not okay to be gay. So even just like starting something that might spark a rumor, Army is not okay with that.
So I get in trouble because they're homophobic.
No, the Army isn't homophobic. BTS isn't homophobic. They come from a country where if people find out you are gay, you will be persecuted. And your career will be over.
What does that do with me?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Because in the
I said, can you ship them?
But it's like kind of frowned upon to even ship them. It's like some people are doing it, but it's like BTS doesn't like to be shipped because of course they're friends.
And shipping, when you ship people, you're that's all fantasy. So like, oh, they would make a cute couple type of thing. That's all it is.
But it's like it's still kind of frowned upon. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna please everyone.
Okay, well they got mad at that. But they didn't say anything about me saying how much I thought that they were like what did I say?
And I don't know. And honestly, you guys, I don't even want to get into it too much because I think it'd be great, and maybe we owe it to ourselves to one day do a reaction video to those comments.
I already thought about that.
That's
I think we should. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't want to get too, especially because I haven't necessarily gotten into them, you know. So like,
it's a whole thing, but like most of the comments were saying like you guys need to learn more about BTS.
Yeah, I think that was the underlining point, was that apparently me and you just didn't know enough, and they were mad because we were like talking over the song. Like they said, if you're gonna talk, pause it and listen to the lyrics.
Yeah. Because BTS is known for their lyrics, and then like we didn't have the lyrics up, which is like okay, but we were taking in the aesthetic value.
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what I
video,
was. Yeah,
which is fine, but at the end of the day, we're never gonna please everyone. Everyone's not gonna be happy, and you guys did jump in at the deep end. We didn't start like okay, we're gonna watch every video that BTS has ever done. We jumped into their current song, and you have a little bit of an education, Jacob, not so much, but it's like, you know, you don't know the history. You're just like people watching it for the first time. Like, oh, these guys look kind of cool.
I'm going to meet them. I'm going to get all those fans so mad.
Oh, I thought you meant BTS.
I am. I'm going to no, BTS. I'm going to meet BTS.
Oh.
I mean, the fans wouldn't be mad.
Just in spite of those fans that dislike
those fans might meet BTS too.
Yeah, right. Hopefully we all get to meet BTS. Hopefully they get to tour and we can all meet them. And it's like, no one would be mad if you got to meet BTS. It's just, there was one guy who was very disrespectful to the BTS army. And he was called us insane. He said that they're crazy. And it's like, even BTS
Was that Jason Derulo?
No. But the guy was like, oh, well, I've met them like more times than you guys ever will. And it's just like, that's just rude.
Yeah.
Was that a fan or
no,
some other performer?
It was an interviewer. And he made that comment. Really? And it's just like, that's just so rude. Why are you going to antagonize the fans that you want to watch your show?
They're going to be your audience if you're doing anything with BTS.
Exactly. Yeah. But now they won't support you. It's like, you know, but you can't pander to everyone, but just be respectful
Oh,
to your
I'm having
audience.
fun. I don't mind them hating on me. Fanboys, fangirls. They get possessive of what they enjoy.
That is true. That is true.
Especially when it comes to like any kind of thing that not caters, but the main audience, younger, like junior high folks,
Older
high
audience,
school girls.
I mean, but you'd be surprised. Like some people just do it just to go in on someone. There's trolls out there
Right.
for everything.
Totally. I mean, you really have no idea who's on the other end of those comments.
Yeah.
You make it up in your head like you just did, and then and that makes you feel better. But and it could even be you just really have no idea.
Yeah.
They could be trolls. They could be people who really don't even care about BTS. They just like saying stuff on the internet. There's people who could be junior high kids. There's people who are our age. No. I think that for in our opinion, when we made that video, and like most of our videos at this point, I'm not like, I think they're a little, they're kind of mundane. We're not like super edgy. There's nothing
You mean
crazy.
the video was mundane?
Yeah. I didn't think we were gonna get any kind of reaction.
No, I didn't think. I mean, I was like, okay, this one probably will get more because we do mention BTS in the thing. So there's gonna be, this is gonna maybe get into the hundreds of views, which is before this the most we had gotten, and instead it got a lot more. So, and in the end, I'm happy about that. We're just having fun.
It was cool. It got traction I wasn't expecting.
We got so many views, and those are just the people that felt some kind of way and made a comment. There's such a small fraction of the percentage of people that actually watched the video that made those comments or chose to dislike the video. We had a good amount of people that liked it, and then tons more who just didn't say anything. They watched it. They're like, okay, it's over. Moving on.
Ooh, we should look at the thumbs up. I'm curious how many thumbs up that video
We had
has.
a good amount of thumbs up. So it's like you can't really get caught up in the negative comments.
No, definitely
I get
not.
caught up in the people that watched it and then went on with their lives. Because that's who I am when I watch most videos. I'm like, oh, this was good. Thumbs up. Moving on.